Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy here on the Woodward Sports Network on a Friday. My name is Neal, Ruhl, in for D-Mac, that guy, Sam Flannel.
Hey, happy birthday, Neal.
Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. KG is in the house. KG, what it do?
What up, though? It's your birthday? Happy
yes,
birthday,
it is.
Man.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
How old are you?
Old enough to know better.
Good answer.
Spencer Raxter here in the building. Spenmo Rax, what it do?
What's up, though? Happy birthday,
Thank
Neal.
you, my friend. In the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, jump into there, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Tammy Chin with the happy birthday, Neal. Lots of happy birthdays. I'm thankful. I appreciate it. And look, guys, I'm going to ask for one thing for my birthday, and this is all I want. And it's not for me. It's not a good bottle of bourbon. I mean, I would take it, but
Yeah.
it's not anything for me. It's something for humanity. And no, it's not a Facebook thing where I'm looking for donations to something else where I want to act like I'm a good person because I say, hey, donate to this. No, I want one thing for my birthday, for humanity. And I ask this of you. If you are watching your phone, can you please put earbuds in?
Yes.
Please put earbuds in while you're watching your phone.
Thank you.
And if you don't have earbuds, you don't need to turn the volume all the way up. Okay? Just loud enough, hold that phone next to your ear, and listen to it that way. All right? Just put some earbuds. No one cares what you're watching. They don't want to hear it.
Big facts.
That's all I want for my birthday.
Earbuds are cheap, too, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, is that a lot to ask? I don't think so. So, that's all I want for my birthday.
No, I feel like that's just common decency at this point. I mean, me, myself, and Neal, I kind of feel like you're on the same wavelength because of what you said earlier. I don't really want people knowing what I'm watching. I'm kind of a private person myself. Even when I'm on the phone and I'm making the most benign call, I'll go to the other room. But some people I know, some people that I'm even very, very close to, they'll do the whole thing where they'll walk around and just have it on speakerphone and talk right in front of everybody. And it's just like, come on now. So, yes, show some common decency. If not for those around you, for the President Neal Ruhl's birthday.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. And Pete Smith chimes in as well. Neal also wants people to not stop as soon as they walk into the grocery store as well. Why do they do that? Why does everybody do that when they walk in the grocery? Do you notice that? They just they walk in and they stop. No, keep it pushing.
Right?
Is it people who haven't been there and are just kind of seeing the lay of the land or something?
Are they in awe of the first time?
But, how many people are going to a certain grocery store for the first time ever? I mean, everybody's got to go. So I'm assuming that most people find the one that they like and they go to it on a regular basis. And at some point, you have to know the lay of the land, especially if you have some items that you get every single time. So, yes, that needs to stop as well.
No, it absolutely does. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Drew K. Neal is old enough to party. That was a great flick.
That's a great movie. My favorite of all time.
Party.
It is.
Do you like to party?
Yeah.
That was a shout out Bad Roomies. I don't know if any of you guys ever saw that movie. It's kind of one of those indie dark comedy movies, but yeah, that's a line in that one. If anybody's seen Bad Roomies in the chat, drop it in. Great movie.
No, absolutely. But yeah, happy to be here. Happy for all the birthday wishes as well. And we're gonna get it in today. A lot happened yesterday.
A lot.
How was the reaction to the DJ Reader thing on Heavyweights 5 to 7 shout out?
Oh, the people loved it. Shout out. Yeah, the people loved it. They're hype, and as they should be.
Yeah.
What would you say your stiffness factor was? 1 to 10.
I would say 75%. Yeah, 3/4 chub.
Okay.
Yeah.
So enough to where you had to make a decision where you were going to take
Yes.
this. Okay.
I was extremely excited.
I'm not mad at it.
All right. No, that's what I know. Certainly we're going to get into it. Some vitriol out there for the Red Wings, man. Things changed quickly, didn't they? In the course of 2 weeks?
2 weeks, man.
7-game losing streaks will do that to you.
It was.
That's all I'll say.
It was funny, too, because they were, and I know people are going to laugh at this when I say this, I locked in yesterday, and they over the course of the 60 minutes, they were the better team, but they couldn't score the goal.
Yeah.
And then every time the Coyotes got a chance, they scored. Every time.
And that's all that matters, unfortunately. Right. When you're the Red Wings and last night was a must-win game and they didn't do it, it was a pass-fail, especially considering I know that you said that they're 50-50s, but I would say that even the road wins at the road games at Arizona and at Buffalo were very, very winnable. Certainly that home game against the Islanders, which started it all out, that's what makes it disappointing. The culmination of it all. Now it seems like they can't win anything. They're getting blown out every game. Even if you're right, they did outplay them,
and they got cooked.
They got cooked 4-1 by the Coyotes at LCA. That's impossible.
It's got to be something. It's got to be something more. We'll revisit it more in the second hour because certainly we got a ton of football. We got some nickel packages to get to. Won't be an entire show of nickel packages, but we got some stuff, some NFL stuff. We'll get to the football. There is no doubt about it. Your Spartans yesterday, Spenny, got a win.
Big win.
They're in.
Yep.
They were in anyway.
They were in anyways, but still, now you don't got to sweat it.
No, you don't have to sweat it.
Fuck Zach Edey, fuck Purdue. That stupid bitch. I hope we beat him by 30, even though we're going to lose.
Tell them how you feel.
4-1 against Purdue in the tournament. See, like, you guys got to remember this, and I feel like people are forgetting it already. And Spenny, even you, Michigan State's 4-1 against Purdue. When the scenario shifts to tournament basketball, Purdue shifts.
Purdue chokes every year.
Every year they do.
Unfortunately, the worst part of our team is our big men. So I don't know if
that's not what I was told.
Yeah, if it is, but it's always been that.
I'm confused.
What?
I was told 5-star this and 5-star that and 5-star big man, and
it still doesn't mean that our big men weren't worse than our guards going into the season. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew our guards were going to be the strength of our team. And Carson Cooper, he's good on defense, but he can't do anything on offense. Jackson Kohler is good on offense, but he can't do anything on defense. And Matty Sissoko is better when he's on the bench. So they put Xavier Booker in, and he had 3 buckets, and then didn't play again. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
It's probably going to be Carson Cooper and Matty Sissoko for a majority of the Purdue game.
I mean, if you guys beat Purdue, that's a big win. Because say what you want about Purdue, at least in the last couple of seasons.
No, I don't say what I want. I say what happens.
Sure, but I'm talking about regular season Purdue the last couple of years. They're about to get
regular season Purdue when they're at home and they're in their little cocoon and Zach Edey gets 20 free throws and they get 40 as a team. That shit ain't going to happen in the tournament,
That's fair, but my point is that it would be a big win for Michigan State. It would be certainly a quad 1 win. And I'm not saying that you guys need one, but if you're looking to get a win for potential seeding, a Purdue win would be a nice one. Even though we know they're going to choke in the tournament, they've at least been a regular season wagon over the last three or so years.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, some reaction to my birthday wish. And if you're just joining us, I have a wish for humanity, and that wish is for all of you that listen to your phone to please put earbuds in because you're listening to it entirely too loud.
It's not hard.
And DNCENT, don't tell me what volume to keep my ish at. Oh, DNCENT? I'll put my shopping cart back, but telling me my subs are too loud on my car is another topic. You don't control my volume. I didn't say anything about the subs in your car.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that grainy-ass sounding phone that you have. You know what I'm saying, too? That's the other part of it.
Yeah.
They turn it up so loud, it's all grainy.
Right. Speaker blown out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one wants that.
I mean, it sounds like loud music mixed with the Charlie Brown teachers or whatever, mixed with the Charlie Brown adults when it gets too loud. Yeah, that wah, 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 wah. I mean, when you're just listening to what somebody's playing on their phone and you have no idea what it is, that's what it sounds like. And I just don't understand how people think that that's okay. That, to me, is the worst part about it. Why do people think that that's okay and acceptable? I don't know.
Who farted 2 days in a row? I went to a restaurant with friends, and some 50-year-old guy was watching YouTube at full volume. And it's always on full volume.
It's the older people, too.
Always on full volume, man. Look around. No one wants to hear that. And it's always something awful, too. Just awful to hear. That's all I want for my birthday. That's it. And Pete, as Pete Smith said, too, when you walk in the grocery store, don't stop, right? When you get in the door, just kind of keep going. Give everybody else some room to get in there. That is a great thing. No, but we do have Art Vandelay. Neal's getting old. He's reached that turn that down age. No. Everyone's in agreement here, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? That grainy, you guys know what I'm saying. That's it. I did have a little March Madness fact, by the way.
Go for it.
So as you guys know, the Oakland Golden Grizzlies in the NCAA tournament for the 4th time, by the way.
Congratulations.
In the last 20 seasons. So, yeah. Little business. You know, I always like to tell you guys and let you. I like to open the curtain. You know what I'm saying about the business side of college sports? Because remember, it's about the student athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Always will be.
Always will be. Absolutely. So just wanted to let you guys in on this. So when you get to the NCAA tournament, there is a separate media rights holder. Mm-hmm. There is an exclusive streaming provider, Westwood One. You guys are familiar with Westwood One and their work and things like that, right? So there is a separate charge for the radio broadcast. So like as a university, you have to get this together and file your paperwork and stuff like that. They have this paperwork where you list your originating station and then all of your affiliates. You are then charged a fee to broadcast for your originating station and then a separate fee for each of the affiliates. All right. Which, you know, here at Oakland, we don't have a big conglomerate network. You know, our broadcasts aren't Michigan where it's on 10 or 12 stations and stuff like that. We have our station here in the city that we do it on, and that's that. You know, pretty standard, pretty upfront. But if you're like Kentucky, where their games are on 40 stations, 40 radio stations, it will cost in excess of $10,000 per Kentucky game.
Ooh,
that's what Westwood One will make. $10,000 per game. And I would imagine as you get to schools like, I don't know, Kansas, probably similar, as I talked about Michigan, although you don't have to worry about it this year.
Nope, unfortunately.
They won't be making their money off Michigan. But, you know, all the blue bloods, that they're Duke, North Carolina, et cetera, tons of stations, tens of thousands of dollars. Westwood One has a vested interest in Kentucky doing well and Duke doing well.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Kentucky, they're going to pay $10,000 each for 2 games because they're going to do what they always do and fall a little bit short of expectations under John Calipari. And I like John Calipari for what he's done getting getting all those NBA players. But the fact that he only has 1 natty at Kentucky, that's a little bit of a shame. Kentucky is falling down the blue blood rankings, to me at least. I know it wasn't about Kentucky, but I just had to get that shot in real quick.
I thought Michigan was a blue blood.
Not in basketball, no.
Right.
No.
Not anymore, anyway. If they were close, it's definitely not now.
Yeah, they were never a blue blood. If you wanted to count maybe 89 through 92, that was a blue blood-like stretch. You could even maybe argue 13 through 18, but I don't think they were ever a blue blood. Maybe even late 90s, early 2000s State was a blue blood, but I don't even know if they've entered that stratosphere of like the Dukes or the Carolinas or the Kansases or UConn, for example. The ultimate blue blood, at least to me.
No, they absolutely are. So, 2 birds, both stones. Neal, did you happen to catch Broder's big mock earlier? He did a mock draft, huh?
He did.
Oh, no, nothing I get more fired up for than someone's mock draft.
That's, about to say, who?
Well, don't keep me waiting, 2 birds, both stone.
Damn it, 2 birds, both
stone. What was the takeaway?
You should have known that Neal's not the right person to bring up random mock drafts to. Shout out Matt Broder. I'm sure it was a
entertaining. No, don't get me wrong. But that's your guys' fault because you guys eat that ish up, man. Anything we do mock draft related, boom, 10,000 views right away, minimum, baseline.
It's fun. Playing GM at home is fun. Even if we know we're not Brad Holmes, it's still fun because we know these players. We watched them. We watched a lot of them, at least throughout college, and we keep hearing about some that are shooting up the board. I know you always find that phenomenon a little bit funny, but it's interesting. It's fun.
Yes. No, it is. It is fun. I'm kidding. I'm just giving Broder a hard time. But, all right, we'll take our first break. When we come back, the DJ Reader era has officially begun here in Detroit. We'll check in with Spenmo, see if he softened up a little bit or if he had to go see a doctor. We
More
will
than
find
4 hours is a problem.
We will find out. Absolutely. Tell him about Dispo, Sam Flannel.
Visit Dispo Dispensary today because March Madness is officially here. Dispo is giving away $1,000 to the best bracket at each location. Battle Creek, Romeo, Whitmore Lake, Hazel Park, Bay City, North and South, and Ann Arbor. Go get your blank brackets now, fill them out, and return them by Sunday, March 24th for a chance at that $1,000. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
How'd you like to win $50K, everybody? That's right. It's a Woodward Sports 50-gram Bracket Buster Challenge, brought to you by Glorious Cannabis, Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, and Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Register for your chance to win at any Lady Jane's or Soroki's location, or scan the QR code right there on the screen. The shot clock is ticking. Register today. WoodwardSportsBracket.com. That's WoodwardSportsBracket.com. And you can be $50,000 richer. Get in, everybody. All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Flannel in for D-Mac. And, of course, we have Spencer Raxta as well, and KG. But, Spenny, in much the way that I delivered Alex DeBrincat to the Red Wings, you alone got this done.
Yeah,
he did.
I know
That's
that Brad
facts.
Holmes gets the credit, but Spencer Raxter spoke this into existence.
Shout out Spenny.
Absolutely. Spencer, how are you maintaining? Has it gone down at all?
It's still rumbling. It's still giving some quivers every now and then when I think about it or when we talk about it again. But it's awesome, man. I love it. This is something I've been talking about for about a month and a half now, about DJ Reader being a perfect fit in between Ali McNeil and Aiden Hutchinson and what he brings to this team. It's going to be awesome. I'm extremely excited we got it done, and it's not a deal that broke the bank at all either.
You got it done.
I got it done.
You got it done. Now, we can hear, as a matter of fact, too, we have some audio, some DJ Reader audio. So let's hear what DJ Reader himself had to say.
You know, I hold myself to a high standard as a person and as a player, and I know I'm going to get in there and grind every single day. And where that grind ends, I can deal with that. So, you know, I where it puts me, I can deal with that. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for the opportunity to go in there and really work and be ready for the beginning of the season.
And again, that was DJ Reader, who agreed to a 2-year, $27.25 million contract. You know, the terms were good, the money's good, and I guess it comes back to the question. The only pushback I hear is from the people talking about, has missed some time, but as Spenny said, 14 games played last year. Certainly you would take that right now. And that, for me, I'm happy, not because it was DJ Reader. I'm just happy because now, you got your, as I talked about, Lions fans were in a toy store, and Grandma gave them $10, and they didn't care what they bought.
Yeah.
They just wanted to buy something. So there you go, everybody calm down.
You know what? I'm so glad that you mentioned it with the money, too, because I have, as everybody knew that I would, some numbers when it comes to DJ Reader, both when it comes to his play and with his contract that I think you guys are really, really going to like. And Spenny, I'm pretty sure you probably already know all of them already, but I will give them to you guys again. Last season, I know a lot of people don't like PFF, but he was the 11th ranked PFF defensive tackle overall, and he was and he signed to a average annual value contract of $13.5 million, something like that, about $13.5 million exactly. He was a higher rated defensive tackle according to PFF than Vita Vea, who's on an AAV of about $18 million. Eric Armstead, fellow free agent who got 3 years, $51 million. Justin Matabuke, who has an average annual value of $24.5 million. Leonard Williams, again, just like Justin Matabuke, a fellow free agent who is under a $21 million AAV. Grover Stewart, who has about the same AAV, but Grover Stewart's contract is 3 years and DJ Reader's is 2. Javon Hargrave, $21 million AAV. Cam Hayward, $16 million AAV. Christian Wilkins, another fellow free agent, $27.5 AAV. Jeffrey Simmons, $23.5 AAV. And Ed Oliver, $17 million AAV. So, just according to PFF, and I know PFF has its flaws, DJ Reader was better than all of those guys last year, and except in the case of Grover Stewart, who basically they have the same contract, except Grover Stewart has 3 years and DJ Reader has 2, was a better player than all of them. And I know he's not a guy that puts up gaudy numbers. He never will. But he is one that just eats up blocks, as Speniel said. We'll get some double teams up the middle. We'll free up things more for Aleem and Hutch and even a guy like Marcus Davenport. And, hey, remember James Houston? He is back as well. So I absolutely love this signing. I think that it was the one that, too, will unite all of us Lions fans. Will get us all back on the Brad Holmes is a genius train.
Will the Lions' rushing totals this year, will they hold teams to negative rushing yardage?
I know.
I don't see a lot of teams running the ball on us. I'll say that. So
because they didn't do it last year already.
Yeah, and you made a strength even stronger. So,
and look, that's how I like to roll. Like I've made no mistake about it. If you said, hey, Neal, we'll leave it up to you what the draft's going to be, I'm going offensive line, first pick of the draft. I'm doing it because I'm going in. I'm going in.
Yeah.
I'm going in, and I'm going to go hard. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am. I'm like Spenny after the Reader announcement. I'm going to go hard all the way. But no, it's just, this just backs up, and is it, because I saw some of the pundits in town, they said, what was it? It was a bit overkill, perhaps, reinforcing an area they were already good at.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people seem like they're not necessarily pleased after they complained about the Lions not doing much.
Right. And that's what I can't get past. Like, people hit me up and they're like, what's some analysis? What do you think about it? And again, I revert to what I said yesterday. Like, it seems to be the theme. The money's good to me. $9 million guaranteed that's all good to me. When I hear $9 million guaranteed, because that's the last report that I got. Spot-Track hasn't gave their official breakdown, but and that's where I'm at, right? That's where we're $9 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. So I know, again, this goes back to what we said yesterday. I know we get caught up in these big flashy numbers because that's what the agents release.
Yeah.
When I hear $9 million guaranteed on a 2-year deal, I hear a 1-year deal at $9 million.
Pretty
practical.
much.
For DJ Reader, that's a steal. And I understand that he's coming off a torn quad, but still, I like what it just adds to the defensive line as a whole. I've got some even more numbers that you guys are going to like, or you at least should like. Aleem McNeil was the 7th highest rated PFF defensive tackle last year. DJ Reader was the 11th. That means that the Detroit Lions, this defensive line, this interior defensive line will have, at least according to PFF, 2 top 11 defensive tackles last year. The only team to have the same amount were the Los Angeles Rams, who had Aaron Donald and Kobe Turner. But do you know what? Aaron Donald and Kobe Turner and the Los Angeles Rams did not have a top 10 PFF rated edge rusher, and that's what the Detroit Lions have with Aiden Hutchinson. Think about this, guys. We all knew that we all had our complaints with the defensive line last year, I think, and rightfully so. Our defensive line, at least, and I'm not even going to talk about Davenport or Houston right now. You've got Aleem McNeil, you've got DJ Reader, you've got Aiden Hutchinson. Just remember last season, Isaiah Buggs, that whole situation. Benito Jones was starting games. The Lions were so desperate they decided to sign the corpse of Tyson Alualu. You had the Okwara brothers. You had Josh Paschal, who only played 12 games. You had Bruce Irvin, who, thank you for the Saints game, was just a comet, a flash in the pan, another one of those WTF. Quentin Bohanna was playing games last year for the Detroit Lions. Broderick Martin was basically a 0 last year, and Levi Onwuzurike played only 10 games. And oh, by the way, James Houston was out for basically the whole year. That was what you were working with last year. And I think this, and seeing what we have this year with at least DJ Reader, Aleem McNeil, and Aiden Hutchinson, that has the makings of a damn good defensive line. And that is something that has been, at least in terms of this signing, fixed. They fixed an issue. And there's still going to be a good run defense. Because if you add DJ Reader to an already great run defense, DJ Reader is one of the top run defenders at the interior defensive line position already.
And it's something, too, Flannel, where, spinning around social media when it happened, you saw a lot of the football analysts out there that gave the breakdowns, and they would run clips. They would run film. Mm-hmm. And it's something that you don't see. When you're watching a game, you don't see it.
Sure.
With the view that you have, with that straight-on view from that sideline view, you don't get a chance to see it. When you get that wide view, that 22 view that they call it, you really get a chance to see what he does. And in some of the film, and I didn't realize it, because, again, you don't see it when you're watching a broadcast feed of it. Yeah. But when you see the way that he goes laterally in the play, and
for his size, it's crazy.
It is unbelievable. Like there were a couple times I saw him, and this was Baltimore's running game that he would. And a lot of this film was against Baltimore because it's in their division. And that was some big boy football that was going on at that line of scrimmage between those two teams. And there were times he would run out, chase down Gus Edwards. I'm talking like outside the tackle box. From that inside spot, like shed a blocker, get out there. And again, you got to be the bottom line is like all these camps, like. We also talked about this yesterday, how things have become political, like even in the sports world. Like there's black and white, and that's it. There's no room for gray or anything like that. But when you watch it, if he plays 15 games, I'm telling you guys, man, like that dude is built different in the run game. Now I know somebody said, well, he doesn't help the pass rush. Spencer Raxter in the next segment, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to make the case as to why. And I have a couple spin-off questions about that. Does.
No, and I'm going to back up Spencer Raxter's assertion as to why. Spoiler alert, I'll just say that. But yeah, that's why I brought up too what the Lions had last year. And I know Aleem and Aiden were really good last year. Aiden was great, Aleem was great, but he missed a few games. But DJ Reader, at the absolute worst, I guess the absolute worst was he has injury concerns. But other than that, he is an upgrade over what a team that was 20 minutes or 30 minutes away from the Super Bowl had last year. That's one of the points about this free agency as a whole, is that, as Brad Holmes said, fill needs with free agency, and he certainly has done that. Not with all of the most flashy moves, but certainly in the case of DJ Reader, I thought it was cost-effective. I think he's going to help this team tremendously. And right now, I'm thinking Super Bowl or bust. I already was before, just based off of what they did last year, but I feel more confident in it given that they got DJ Reader. They've got one of the best defensive tackle duos in the entire NFL. Yeah. I can't think of too many that are better. Like I said, Aaron Donald and Kobe Turner, I'll give you that. Name me another one. I can't, off the top of my head.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Doug Durkee says the Joker on Detroit Syndicate hates the Reader signing, says he doesn't get after the quarterback enough. Oh, boy. Well, like, do people understand the nature of the defensive tackle spot?
And I realize his sack numbers don't necessarily blow you away, but just think about what this is going to do for Aleem McNeil, who has already been improving as a pass rusher. He had, 5 sacks last year? Yep. That number can absolutely go up this year. Along with Aiden as well. So I know a lot has been made about that, but he helps in ways that you're not even going to realize in the pass rush, man. Not to mention he's already a stout run defender. So he brings a lot to the table, and I think fans need to pay attention to that.
No, absolutely. Spencer Raxter is going to join the conversation when we come back, because I want him to inform the people what this does for a pass rush. And then You guys get the sense I'm setting everybody up for something here, don't you? Is everybody gathering
Classic
that right
Neal.
now? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Classic.
So just don't be shocked when it happens, and everybody. Tell them about Guardian Insurance.
Guardian Alarm.
Or Guardian Alarm, I'm sorry.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
The new glorious ice water bubble hash pre-roll, now with diamonds, constantly pushing to create the best canna experience. The perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flower with only the highest terps, making the best better. Glorious Cannabis, check us out at your local retailer or gloriouscanna.com.
Glorious! All right, we are off and running here on a Friday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, and Sam Flannel in for DMAC KG with Spencer Raxter. Subscribe to the podcast, Big D Energy Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Jump into the chat. However you want to get involved, get involved. Mike G, Neal, for Oakland then, is it win in the tournament or the season's a bust? Well, I don't know, Mike G. We're about 1/15th the budget of Michigan, yet we're there, and Michigan's not. That's very Michigan. Would you say they underachieved?
Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you telling? Nobody's gotten on these airwaves and took shots at Michigan basketball more than I have. They should be relegated at this point. Relegated. Relegated, I tell you.
So we'll slide up to the Big Ten and Michigan goes to the Horizon League?
They deserve it.
Yeah.
Hey, I
do a year at the Horizon League.
Probably like even win that.
I like that. That'd be a great setup, man. We should do that. Give us our slice of the Big Ten Network money as well. No, but we're talking DJ Reader right now, and Spenmo, you touched on this earlier. But I'm looking forward to your deep dive into this because it's not just doubling down on a strength, right? That's what I was told. It's not just doubling down on a strength. What is this going to do for the pass rush?
Yeah. It's going to improve the pass rush. It's going to improve because you have a guy who needs two people on him at all times. You have a guy who commands two bodies to be in front of him at all
And just
times.
to cut you off, that's what I noticed on the film. Mm-hmm. I mean, pretty much every single play, there were two dudes on him.
You cannot block him with one person. And if you do, he's going to wreck the play for you. So every time we saw Aiden Hutchinson getting double, triple teamed, with getting chipped by a tight end, with a running back diving at his ankles and fans throwing hot dogs at him from the stands, it can't happen anymore. Yeah. Because now you have an immovable object to the right of him, a guy that commands two people to be on him at all times. And even better than that, Alim McNeil, who kind of had his breakout in the games he played as a pass rusher last year. If he didn't get hurt, he probably would have been around 8 sacks, 9 sacks on the year. Now he was doing that with the guys that Flannel mentioned before next to him, a Bohanna, an Alu, a Benito Jones. Nobody's. People that nobody has ever heard of. People that won't be on NFL rosters next year. And now you have one of the best nose tackles in the NFL next to him, which is going to open him up. Alim McNeil will see single coverage every single snap that DJ Reader is on the field. When DJ Reader is on the field, Alim McNeil will be one-on-one against a guard, because the other guard and the center have to take DJ Reader. And Alim McNeil will beat that one-on-one coverage. He is going to have a Pro Bowl-esque season if he can stay healthy, and it is because of DJ Reader. Trey Hendrickson had 17.5 sacks last year. And a lot of that, Sam Hubbard did his thing too, but DJ Reader being in the middle, commanding so much attention, helps those guys get free and get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited.
Oh, how could you not get excited? I mean, by nature, I'm not talking about his character or anything like that, but based off of the position he plays and based off of the numbers that he's put up, DJ Reader is the most selfless NFL player in the entire NFL, because as we've already said, look at his numbers. They don't stand out until you go deeper into the metrics and the PFF stuff, and they always grade out well. But 1 sack, 34 tackles, that's not going to blow you away. But the what he does, and as Spenmo Rex so eloquently like pontificated on, Trey Hendrickson last year had 17.5 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson is a better player than Trey Hendrickson.
Yes, he is.
You know how I know? Because Aiden had 8 more hits, 18 more hurries, 22 more pressures, and a PFF grade that was about 9 points higher. I think that having DJ Reader in the middle helps set things up for Trey Hendrickson. I'm not saying that Trey Hendrickson's not a great player. I'm just saying that if he can help do that for Trey, he can certainly, I'm talking about DJ Reader, do that for Aiden Hutchinson. Sam Hubbard was another one who I think benefited. And even Sam Hubbard, and a lot of people have slept a bit on the Marcus Davenport signing. Marcus Davenport in 2021 was much, much better than any version of Sam Hubbard has ever been. So if you can recapture some of that magic and get your bookend edge rusher, and Marcus Davenport can have a season similar to what he had in 2021, I think DJ Reader would be someone who could help him do that. And also even a guy like BJ Hill, who was DJ Reader's his fellow defensive tackle on the Cincinnati Bengals. Ali McNeil clears on BJ Hill by a mile. Mm-hmm. And to even go further than that, even further than the pass rush, DJ Reader is going to help unlock Jack Campbell to something he never was last year, because DJ Reader did that with the Cincinnati Bengals linebacker Logan Wilson, who led the team in tackles and interceptions. And I think Jack Campbell's upside is much higher than Logan Wilson's. And oh, by the way, one more guy. You know who else had a really good year for the Cincinnati Bengals last year? Their rookie box safety Jordan Battle. Another person who could benefit from DJ Reader would be somebody like Brian Branch. I know that Brian Branch played more slot corner than box safety, but
he's probably going to make that transition to more safety.
With the additions of guys like Amik Robertson or Emmanuel Mosley, and guys like Kirby Joseph and Ife Melifonwu, it'll open things up for Brian Branch to play more safety. So the reason I say that DJ Reader is the most selfless, because all of the guys that I just mentioned, they have better counting stats than DJ Reader. But none of them, save for maybe Trey Hendrickson, are as important as DJ Reader to that defense. And I think that the Lions actually have higher potential upside on their defense for DJ Reader to help unlock as well. That's the biggest reason to me why I'm so excited about this signing.
Flannel, at the end, can you just drop a "I win, you lose"?
I win, you lose.
All right, there you go. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, so all right, I'm going to ask it then.
Okay.
I'm going to ask it. Then is it fair of me? Because all the stuff that you guys laid out here right now, you even gave examples. Yep. So is it fair of me then to expect Aiden Hutchinson to be in the top 5 in sacks next year?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is it fair?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So I can ask that question.
If DJ Reader plays 15-plus games, Aiden Hutchinson will have more than 17 sacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's fair.
Yes.
And it's fair to say, hey, I can't have a 6-week stretch with no sacks. Is that fair? Is it fair?
Neal,
Is it fair?
Yeah, it's fair.
Okay, that's it.
Wait a minute, though, Neal.
Would this qualify as, quote, help for Aiden Hutchinson? Is this help?
It's help.
So we're there?
Why are you so snarky when it comes to Aiden? That's all I have
What do you
to
mean,
ask.
why am I so snarky?
Because, people act like Aiden Hutchinson somehow was lacking last year in terms of the season.
No, he was
produced.
fine.
He was great.
He was fine.
Great. He had more combined regular season and postseason sacks than Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, and Nick Bosa. Nobody knows that. Nobody will tell you that, but that actually happened. And yes, I'm including playoff stats when it comes to the Lions.
Well, hey, but those guys got doubled a lot.
Okay. And so Aiden got doubled at times too. Maybe not
they got
as much,
chipped a lot.
Maybe not as much as people think, but my point is,
but
Aiden Hutchinson's fine.
all I'm asking this for, and you're going to say, well, it's hate. No, it's hate. So we can put that to bed then. The whole help, needs help, all that kind of stuff. And the reason I bring this up is in the Super Bowl last year, who flipped that game? Other than Patrick Mahomes, who flipped that game?
Chris Jones.
When the Rams won the Super Bowl, who flipped that game?
Aaron Donald.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
And that's what I'm driving at. Because you got that game-wrecking edge seems to be a non-negotiable with good football teams, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It's just something I'm noticing.
Yeah, no, and I think Aiden Hutchinson is going to be that guy. And for the record, I think his sack total is going to go up from 11.5 last regular season to this regular season. My point is that I don't want people to have this perception that Aiden Hutchinson was somehow lacking last year.
He was fine. But was he among the best?
I would, if I were ranking edge rushers right now, I'd probably put him at 7 or 8. He's not Bosa, he's not Watt, he's not Micah Parsons, he's not Myles Garrett, he's not Max Crosby, but he's in that next tier.
Okay.
Next tier with guys like Khalil Mack and Josh Allen.
So we've always been together on that.
Sure.
Because that's where I've been.
Sure.
But this is a tool that can take him to the next level, right? To the elite, unlock him to the elite level, right? Because you gotta have it.
Yeah, and
you gotta have it.
Yeah, and my point earlier, why I brought up Hutch basically cleared Hendrickson in every pass rushing stat except for sacks, is that some of those pressures and those hits are going to turn into sacks because DJ Reader is going to collapse the pocket. He's going to command a double team, as Spenny said. And it'll free Hutch to maybe win some more one-on-ones, which he had some last year, but he was also the primary focus of your offensive line. Yeah. He was the best defensive lineman on the Detroit Lions by a mile. And I understand Aleem McNeil was kind of close when he was healthy, but even Aleem McNeil missed some games. Yeah. When you look at the pressure numbers and the pass rushing numbers, Aiden Hutchinson, by those numbers, was your pass rush.
And that's just it for me. He has to improve in one-on-ones. Because there's no excuse now.
Take it easy. You're about to get dragged here in the chat if you ask a question and say, "Hey, I'm just looking. I need you to be elite." Elite.
It's not to say that Aiden was bad. He did have a lull in the middle of that season though, and thank God for the end of the season because it kind of effectively saved the season. I'll say that.
Saved his season. Come on, bro.
He had 6 sacks and what, 1 interception, and then we went a whole
all
month.
I know is we went through like Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
he went a month without a sack at one point.
That's not good.
That's
not good.
Every single edge rusher has games without sacks.
And listen, I understand that. Like I said, it's not necessarily saying he's bad or anything like that because he does receive a lot of double teams. But with the DJ Reader signing, he will receive less. So I do need to see him improve.
So that's helped.
Some of those pass rush moves.
I can have the expectation.
Yeah,
Carlton Davis will help too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Carlton Davis will help the pass rush too because you can't just look at your first option and go to that every time now. We have DJ Reader talking about Hutch.
Another slept-on element of this, I think, is Terrell Williams. And a lot of people ain't talking about that. He's seen a lot of DJ Reader being primarily a defensive line coach in the AFC. He's seen a lot of DJ Reader tape. I'm pretty sure he's going to have these guys in the right positions, and that'll also help Hutch and Aleem as well.
Yeah.
You said you got a clip of him talking about. You want to run it when we get back?
Yeah,
we'll do that because I want to wrap that into the final question with the DJ Reader situation. Real quick, Dante 151. There's a player that the people want the Lions to get at the trade deadline this past season. That's a free agent still for some reason. Chase Young.
Hey,
wonder why?
I wonder why.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Hey, bring him home, absolutely. And then after you bring him home, you can celebrate by going out to eat at Big Boy for Seafood Fest. That's right. Catch it while you can. The fish and chips, hitter, Parmesan-crusted cod, hitter, and the fried clam strip platter or delicious fish sandwich. And there's also a new Big Boy must-try, the mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to the popcorn shrimp, shrimp Alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Every day is fish fry at Big Boy. And don't forget, every Friday night, oh, by the way, what's today? Oh, that's right, it's Friday. Hey, all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. We got you covered. It's Big Boy Sea Fest. Get your local Big Boy today.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. Tired of the same old Detroit sports wearables? We got you covered at woodwardsports.com/shop. Yes, still hoodie season and beanie season. That wind was still cold this morning, so you can still get it in. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. It's a new era in Detroit sports wearables. Get that Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. And I always have to mention it because it makes me laugh. The Spencer Raxter, Jack Campbell meat missile shirt.
Every time.
Is there? I don't know why it does, man.
Every 10+ tackles for the meat missile this year.
It's what you're calling for?
Yep.
All right, hold on. Let me land the plane here. woodwardsports.com/shop. Are we getting preseason last year-ish with the defense now all of a sudden? You remember like when when we added up all the numbers, Goff was going to have to throw for 6,000 yards?
I don't think so, because I think saying Hutchinson will have 17 sacks is not crazy, because he's by far your best pass rusher. And Jack Campbell stepping into being your best linebacker is not crazy either. And good linebackers all over the league get 100 tackles a year.
I don't think you're necessarily crazy for that take, Neal, because one of the things we said last offseason, I'm not trying to be the wet blanket, was that Brad Holmes completely transformed their secondary, but Emmanuel Mosley didn't play at all, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson played 3 games. So that's the one factor that maybe we're not taking into account. And a lot of those players, or a few of those players that he has signed, like Carlton Davis and DJ Reader, have had an injury history at least. That's all.
Mike G, did Oakland beat Bendover State this season? No, Michigan wouldn't play us this year. That's a factual statement,
Michigan
by the way.
Was Bendover State this year. For the record, they were. Can't deny that.
But anyway, talking the DJ Reader thing. So here's the deal then. What's left? Because as I talked about, this was the child in a toy store signing.
Yeah.
Everybody just wanted something. So you got something. Mm-hmm. So what's the issue now? Like the corner room's better.
It is.
Everyone's in agreement with that, right?
No, absolutely.
The corner room is better.
Absolutely.
The defensive line is better.
Yeah. I would say you still need to add an edge rusher. And
wait a minute.
Listen.
What are you talking about?
I mean, Marcus Davenport, just considering his injury history, I mean, that we don't know yet. So you got him. You still got James Houston. Who else? Who else is in there?
Matthew Betts.
Oh, man.
I mean,
practice
CFL
squad warrior.
in the house.
CFL in the house.
Practice squad warrior. But my point is, I feel like if you were to add an edge rusher to this mix, I would use the first round pick on an edge rusher. It's a deep class for edge rushers this year. You could possibly move up, or you can stay where you at and maybe get a Chop Robinson or somebody like that. But if you add another edge rusher to this mix, then I think
no. See, I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
But,
I knew the people were going to say that. No.
So
I was told the edges are unlocked now. You said that like 6 minutes ago. You said that.
It's not a bad thing to want another edge rusher. It's not a bad thing to say you need an edge rusher. Look at all of the elite teams all over the NFL. They all have multiple good edge rushers.
You can never have
It's not a crazy thing to say we should have another bookend edge rusher to Aiden Hutchinson.
But you put a resource in it. You signed a free agent to it.
You signed
a
defensive tackle. You could still use another edge rusher.
Right.
Marcus Davenport's good, but he plays 2 games a year.
Yeah, and he's on a 1-year deal. You need a more long-term solution. So that's why I'm saying you draft your edge rusher, get that 5th-year option, and you see what it's hitting for after that.
Okay, well, I'm just confused because I was told everything's unlocked now. I'm just going by what I was told.
I don't think anybody said the edge rusher position was unlocked, though. Nobody said that.
You didn't say that? You didn't say it about Hutch?
Saying DJ Reader will make the players on your team better does not mean we don't need another edge rusher.
Yeah.
See, the pass rush is supposed to be better by default.
Sure.
The cornerback room is better.
No, and for the record, I'm not saying that the Lions should have made these deals. I'm not saying that I am pounding the table for an edge rusher in free agency. But when you look at, and I'm not saying we should emulate them organizationally. Look at the New York Giants. They've got Kayvon Thibodeau, they've got Brian Burns, and they've got Dexter Lawrence. The San Francisco 49ers have Nick Bosa, Leonard Floyd, and Javon Hargrave. You gave Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, and you have Malcolm Kuntz. It's just that. And then with the Minnesota Vikings, you gave them Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel. My point is that I know that DJ Reader helps, and he most certainly could help unlock Hutch to a level that even farther. But a lot of teams have multiple good edge rushers. And Marcus Davenport, if he regains his 2021 form, cool. Yeah. That would be amazing. But he also has last season where he played 4 games and a season before in which he had a half a sack in 15 games. Yeah. So Marcus Davenport, there's a lot of hopium of what he could be, but also a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
And with James Houston, it's another one. As much as we love what he did in 2022, and God damn it, do I love it.
Yeah, he hasn't been there.
I think there's questions, and I know injury makes this unfair, of whether that was a flash in the pan, whether it was just a comment, or whether it's somebody who can consistently help. And that's all. There's nothing wrong with getting better. I'm not saying they should make a reckless deal and like overpay for Chase Young. I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with wanting a little bit more.
And I really think that the approach by Brad Holmes and the organization is that they want to use rotational D ends on the opposite end of Hutch. So the Marcus Davenport signing kind of looks smart at this point because you didn't have to break a bank for an edge rusher, and then you can still go in the draft and get one that's cost effective and that can probably help push along this D-line going forward, man. And you added DJ Reader. That's the impact signing that you needed on the defensive line. I think if you go draft that edge rusher, you get that control over him. This looks a lot better, like, going forward.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Now, this is slanderous. DNC-ENT, Betts will have less career tackles than Tom Kennedy will have catches. Is Betts our defensive Tom Kennedy?
He is.
He might be.
Thank you, Spenny.
He might be. We got to see it in the preseason first.
I can say this wholeheartedly. If he plays, like, reasonable snaps, he'll be better than Charles Harris was last year.
That's a damn fact.
Wow.
Charles Harris was butt cheeks.
That is a fact.
Hey.
It's amazing how he just fell off the table.
Talk about a flash in the pan.
Actually, though, when you look at it, Charles Harris was perfect for that one-year wonder season because he was a draft bust up to that point, up to 2021. He had a good season on a terrible defense, and then what has been basically a no-show ever since then. Congratulations, Charles Harris. You are a Detroit Lions one-year wonder.
Sean hurt you. I'd like Clowney. Clowney would slide in pretty nicely.
He would.
Yeah, he's not a Dan Campbell guy though. I don't think.
But the thing is that if you're coming from the Baltimore Ravens organization, I don't necessarily want to hear that you thrive with the Baltimore Ravens organization. I don't want to hear that you're not a Dan Campbell guy. And
That's
for the record,
facts.
I'm not pounding the table for Clowney, but Andrew Jones, when he's taking off time from being retired from the Atlanta Braves, entered the chat and said Clowney greater than Young. Shoot. At least for the value, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying get Jadeveon Clowney or it's an unsuccessful offseason. I'm just saying I wouldn't hate this signing at all. He had a great year last year.
And he wouldn't cost that much.
Career.
Nate W. We don't need to draft positionally. We need to draft Lions. That's what Holmes and Campbell have always been about. And Nate, you know what? To back up that point again, that's where my diatribe yesterday came in. Where I'm calm with it. And like, look, I enjoy the Reader signing as much as anybody else does, especially for that tape, man. That tape was softcore porn. That run defense tape was softcore porn, man. Just the slide and the slide and the slide and the shedding the blocker and making the play and all that stuff. But again, it wasn't like I ran through traffic about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was happy. The main thing I'm happy about with DJ Reader is it calms the kids down in the toy store.
Oh my God.
For real. For real, it does. Like, that was their Matchbox car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the parent doesn't want to deal with it anymore. All right, we'll get you the Matchbox car. Here you go. Pick one out. And, like, it's such a victory for the kids.
And we wanted the Hot Wheels car, but I'll take the Matchbox car.
You got a Matchbox minivan.
Exactly.
Like, you wanted the monster truck Hot Wheels that was like $497.
Well, and with the signing of DJ Reader, I think what it does, even if you don't do anything else in free agency on the defensive side of the ball and you want to address it in the draft or not, you have your starters. You've got your Aiden, you've got your Aleem, you've got your DJ Reader, you've got Marcus Davenport, James Houston, you've got your starting linebackers who should be the same as last year. You have Carlton Davis, Cam Sutton, Amik Robertson kind of fighting for spots. You got Brian Branch, Ife Melifomu, and Kirby Joseph.
Damn, that is,
right.
I'm telling you.
When you start talking it through like that, because I haven't looked at it on paper yet, when you start talking it through like that, like, that's a squad, bro.
And if you want to get really excited, Amik Robertson, I'm not saying that he's going to be a starting outside corner because they didn't pay him to be, but they paid Carlton Davis and Cam Sutton to be. Amik Robertson last year, just by the counting stats, had a better season than both Carlton Davis and Cam Sutton. I know that's context-free, and he's a smaller guy, but Amik Robertson, that was a low-key, damn good signing. And oh, by the way, you know who else was really good the last time he played? And again, I'm not counting on this, Manuel Mosley.
Yeah.
They've got some pieces.
True.
They've got their starters.
They'll be getting him back later in the year, yeah.
Is Amik Robertson going to be the people's champion, Spenny?
Yes.
He's smaller than everybody else, but he's dogging out there. Sure. He's going to be the people's champion.
Raiders fans were not. They liked him a lot. So
Max Crosby liked him a lot.
Yeah, I saw a lot of love for him.
And I crunched some of the numbers. Do you know one of the games where Amik Robertson shined the brightest? At Kansas City, at Arrowhead. You have my attention if you do that.
The Raiders, man, with the Chiefs, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, man, but they play like some dogs against the Chiefs. Like, they get after the Chiefs.
They usually play them tough, maybe have an early lead and lose. But in that game, I mean, that was Kansas City's last loss they've had was at Arrowhead, and that was actually kind of a humiliation, honestly. And I'm not saying Amik Robertson was the only reason, but he played well in that game. Against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, all of them at Arrowhead, that has my attention.
All right.
And he had other great moments, too, and an overall fantastic season, at least for what you're paying him.
Sean Rollins has a good question, and I think it ties into what we're going to talk about next, because essentially we're going to ask about the offseason so far when we come back, after you tell them about Swiss Insurance.
Swiss Insurance, of course. Do you want the good news or do you want the bad news? I will give you the good news first. Swiss Insurance is here to help. The bad news, though, is insurance rates are going up across the board in Michigan. Right now, more than ever, is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss will make sure your carrier does not slip in extra fees or raise deductibles. Call Market Swiss Insurance today or visit SwissINS.com. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you or give them a call at 248-800-4177. Again, that is 248-800-4177, Swiss Insurance.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Neal Ruhl here for Jack Labrador, the new card game that is sweeping the nation. And guess what? You can learn to play on your phone right now. Go to jacklabrador.gg. Scan that QR code on the screen as well. 2 new symbols in a franchise-changing 3-point play. We dominate the rest of Woodward Sports Network here on Big D Energy and Jack Labrador. And you can dominate your family as well. Go to jacklabrador.gg. See what it's all about. Pulling up on the second hour of the show already?
Yeah, man.
I legit thought it was the 11:42 break.
Time flies.
Time flies, man. We got some nickel packages coming up. We're going to wrap up this DJ Reader / off-season discussion. 2 birds, both stone. Does the CFL have any good defensive backs we can target?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, they might. I wouldn't know, unfortunately. Not a CFL insider. Yep. Shout out Sam Fisher.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out Fish.
Also, too, by the way, somebody asked, they said, Neal, are you going to admit that you forced the get right? No, I'm not going to say it because, again, I thought that was a minus 200 game because I thought the Red Wings would win the game.
So embarrassing.
But what I am proud about is I didn't fall for the 1.5. I look at it as a half a unit win yesterday. That's how I look at it.
Neal always turned it.
Last night was a win.
Always turned a negative into a positive.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Because all right, so we lost. We fall to 55-23. All right, but we could have fell to 55-23.5. if I'd have just taken it straight up.
That's fact.
But I wanted to spin it, so I went plus money. Like, you guys can't get mad at me for not cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're 55-23, man.
Neal lives by the mantra, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative.
Vibes, bro. Because vibes, bro.
Spin master over there. You watching the master at work.
What are you talking about? It's just vibes, bro.
Just the vibes, man.
Vibes, bro. Second hour of the show. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. I gotta put that in there. DRW versus Arizona. God.
It's tough. And we'll probably get to that later, but that was tough.
No, it was. We are going to get to it later, as a matter of fact. Sean Rounds. And this is a great segue. If you guys had to give the offseason a grade so far, Spenny, I know you're A+ now, right? You went
probably a solid A.
Solid A?
Solid A, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe an A-.
Where were you before? Where were you at this time yesterday?
Like a B+, B-.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were like a high school gym teacher.
Yeah.
Handing out grades.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair. Where would you have it at?
Right
KG?
now, I'm at a B+. And only because I wasn't totally on board with the Marcus Davenport signing. I understand it. I'm willing to see it through, but to me, you can still improve in that edge rusher area. So it's a B+ for me at this moment.
All right, Flannel, what do you got?
I will say A-, and I'm going to give it with the caveat of the offseason as a whole. You retained Ben Johnson and you retained Aaron Glenn, particularly Ben Johnson. But ask the Philadelphia Eagles how it hurts to lose your coordinators. I get it, Dan Campbell's a better leader than Nick Sirianni, but still, it would have been a bit of a setback, at least for this offseason. And to me, it's not even so much about the players. It's about the needs that the Lions filled. They needed to get another corner. They got a couple that can fight for even the outside spot, and Amik Robertson can play the slot. You've got that interior defensive lineman who is now your second defensive tackle who is going to help free things up for everyone else. I just think, and also one of the big ones, Jonah Jackson walked for 3 years, $51 million, and you've got Graham Glasgow for 3 years, $20 million. That was one of the biggest wins of them all. So to me, they are a team that needed to fill some needs, didn't really need to make the biggest splash moves because they were already in the NFC Championship already. Give it an A- for me. The only thing that's making it a minus is I have a few questions about both Carlton Davis and Marcus Davenport, although I see what Brad Holmes was doing.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where I'm probably in that B+ range like you. As far as signings. Now, off-season grade so far, I have it as an incomplete. And this is the reason why. Sean Rounds brings up the question. So, why haven't we re-signed Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jared Goff yet? And, Sean, I would say the answer to that question is because free agency is still playing out, because that affects how you're going to attack that.
Yeah.
I wonder about the DJ Reader thing. Did that kind of fall into their lap? Was that a target? Were they anticipating that? Were they not? And that's something we're never going to know the answer to.
Yeah.
When I'm holding court with Brad Holmes the next time that we're together, we're just bouncing financial ideas off of each other. I'll ask them, but I'll never give you guys the answer because I got to keep it off the record.
It seems like they knew because they flew him out. They were planning on giving him the physical, and then the signing of Sheldon Rankins right after that while he was on the plane. I mean, maybe they knew.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't.
Yeah.
The Bengals done downgraded there. Mm-hmm. Sheldon Rankins is not as good as DJ Reader, not even close. But thank you, by the way.
Right.
Lions will gladly scoop him up for a good contract, too.
Shout out.
I was told the cap's not real.
Hey, I'll just say this. DJ Reader actually signed for less than what was his Spotrex projected market value. And to juxtapose that with Bryce Huff's was projected as 9. He got 17 a year. Jonathan Grenard's was like 12 or 13. He got 19 million a year. So by those numbers, DJ Reader was not only a needed piece, he's a bargain.
Yeah. So again, and that is part of the offseason.
Yeah.
And I do believe that those deals will get done. But I think the manner in which they will get done will depend on the rest of the stuff that they do. Because if you still have a bloated amount of cap space, then you front load that thing and you go. You know what I'm saying? And you take care of the heavy lifting. So it's something that we talked about earlier in the week. A lot of you saw it on social media and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's part of it. Somebody asked me about my hat, too. This is Motor City Rockers hat, by the way. Shout out Motor City Rockers. Getting ready for the playoffs, as a matter of. We might get one of their guys on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Get one of their guys on, man, out there at Fraser Big Boy Ice Arena in Fraser.
Rockers.
And there's a Big Boy right in the parking lot.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there is.
Yes.
So it's all right there for you. But yeah, so that's where it is for me. It's just it's kind of an incomplete because the business end of things that need to get tended to. I know because of the nature of fantasy football.
Yeah.
We get that way where we're just locked in on signings, but not just signings does an offseason make.
Sure.
There's business angles to it and how you start to go about locking things up and stuff like that.
Sure, and the Amon-Ra St. Brown deal, I'm just living off of the assumption that it's going to get done sooner or later. I think
before the draft, I feel like it'll get done.
And I would probably agree with that. It's just my thing, too. I mentioned the coordinators at the beginning, which were huge to retain. Even if you don't love the names, and I think most people do by now, the Lions got better in many different categories, even Marcus Davenport.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it early on in the show. When it comes to just pure bookend edge rushers, the Lions maybe had the worst collection of number twos in the league. I mean, you had like the Aquara brothers, you had Charles Harris, you had Kaminsky, you had James Houston who didn't play, you signed Bruce Irvin. Even Marcus Davenport, he has an upside that is much, much higher, and we've seen it, by the way, than any of them. There's also a big risk or not even a risk, but like a downside, sure, but I think we all agree they got better at defensive line, they got better at corner, and they got slightly to very much better at edge rusher, depending on what Marcus Davenport goes. And I didn't even mention James Houston coming back.
Right.
That's another one. We forget about him. We do.
He's back.
He's back.
I mean, he hasn't signed yet.
He's tendered.
But they offered the contract, and he can either take it or not play football.
Yeah.
I think he should.
How much option there?
I think he should play football.
Those are the two choices for James Houston. So yeah. So again, and yes, I know about the Keenan Allen thing with the Bears. We're going to discuss that because we got the big nickel packages coming up pretty soon. But also too, we have a special network announcement. New advertisers on board.
Damn right.
Shake Shack.
Let's go.
And not only are they on board, they're in the house right now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brady. Look at that.
Yeah. Perks of the job, man.
Shout out.
Shake Shack. Yeah. What are you working with over there? You got the chocolate shake?
Got the chocolate shake, yeah.
Thank you.
Chocolate shake, some fries.
Perfect.
Do you have vanilla? I like vanilla.
Chicken sandwich.
And the chicken, yeah, I'm gonna take a bite of this bad boy.
My goodness.
Oh, look at this thing right
chicken
here.
sandwich. So welcome Shake Shack to the Woodward family.
Yes.
We appreciate that. Love to have you on board.
All right, here we go.
All right, and Spenny, the chicken sandwich.
Spenny, what is hitting for?
Oh, bro.
Art Vandalay in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
This is amazing.
Shake Shack parties.
This is amazing.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Robert Colosia, I always get the cherry peppers on the burger at Shake Shack.
Oh, cherry pepper is so underrated.
Yeah.
It's an A+ chicken sandwich, dude.
Nice.
They got some like.
Hold on. Rack. Of course, Sam Flannel likes vanilla.
Hey, in my defense, I've never claimed to be anything other than vanilla.
Right. That's
vanilla,
true.
baby.
I'm a chocolate guy myself.
Hey.
Kevin Donaldson, Flannel liking the vanilla shake from Shake Shack is so on brand.
Yep.
He vanilla, baby.
I'm a vanilla guy.
Somebody, Adiz 411 next week, top 5 list, top 5 sponsor. Shake Shack's number 1.
Shake Shack's number 1. This chicken sandwich is crazy.
No,
it is so good.
I was gonna wait till the commercial break, and now I'm not gonna.
No, you gotta try it on here. It's got the like
No, this is great.
Too.
Okay.
garlic aioli stuff on it with some pickles.
Yeah, this is good.
Bro.
Yeah. Oh my god.
With good crunch and texture to it. I like that.
Nice juicy chicken.
Oh yeah. That is elite, bro. Welcome, Shake Shack.
Shout
Jesus,
out,
man.
yeah,
Where you
man.
guys been
Shout
this
out
whole
Shake
time?
Shack. This is good.
Hey,
man.
their burgers are fire too, though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Andrew Schmidt, thankfully for you guys, it's not priority waste.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Oh,
That is true.
This is a good ass sandwich.
that's a
though.
really good sandwich. Shout out Shake Shack.
Steven Syrett wants to know, did Flannel get a plain burger too?
I got whatever was given to me, and I like it. This chicken sandwich, like Spenny said, I would give it an A+ as well. And this cookies and cream shake, A+.
Nice.
Thank you, Shake Shack.
Speaking of Shake Shack, when it comes to the tournament of chicken sandwiches, I just took a bite out of the sleeper. That's right, it's Shake Shack and the Chicken Shack sandwich. Can confirm, delicious. Look at that thing. It's every bit of that right there on the screen. And here's the hook, guys. You guys can try a Chicken Shack sandwich for free with a $10 purchase. Use the promo code Woodward. Spend $10, get a free Chicken Shack sandwich. Why would you not do this? You don't want to lose money, right? Grab a shake and a crispy crinkle fry as well, and your Chicken Shack sandwich will be free. Just use a promo code Woodward. In person, online, or download the Shake Shack app today. Shake Shack, welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. We love you.
Yes.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hold on. All right, here we go. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. So you know there's a Feldman dealership close to your backyard. All brands as well, Ford, Chevy, anchored by Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. We'll be out there every other Monday with Woodward Sports from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Stop on out there, say hi, get the best deal on a Chevy in the world. Feldman Chevrolet. Again, shout out Shake Shack.
Yes, sir.
Get a free Chicken Shack sandwich with a $10 purchase, promo code Woodward.
The fries are good as hell, too.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
Need a good nap after this.
Taylor says, great. Now I got to find the closest Chicken Shack to, or Shake Shack to Clarkston.
Hey.
And get the Chicken Shack sandwich for free. Taylor, you don't want to lose money.
No.
Yeah.
True.
You don't want to lose money.
Crinkle
That's all
cut
I'm
fries
saying.
are superior to regular fries.
Big
No
facts.
doubt. Breaking news 5 minutes ago. Aaron Donald tweeted, cheers to what's next, extending a big thank you to the Rams and all the fans for your support over the last 10 years. Much love.
Oh.
Wow.
Aaron Donald has retired.
Is that real, Aaron? For real?
I don't know. Probably not, though.
Bah, bah.
I think he's got 158,000 followers. It's got to be him, right?
Well,
Hey, to me, he's the defensive GOAT.
yeah.
One of, man.
Yeah. 3 defensive player of the years. And I think he really solidified that with that Super Bowl performance.
Well, that made the play.
Yep,
Like,
made the play.
it still doesn't get the discussion it deserves.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That was a game-winning play.
Yeah.
That was a game-winning. That was equivalent to a game-winning touchdown.
It was, and he probably should have won Super Bowl MVP. Shout out to Cooper Kupp, who actually won it, but Aaron Donald, he did. He made the play. He made the pressure on Joe Burrow, which made him do like a whirling dervish throw that obviously was nowhere near being complete. Shout out Aaron Donald, one of my favorite players ever.
Marvin Strong definitely using that code. Yes, Marvin, because you're an intelligent person.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose money. Text update from Darren McCarty in all caps. This is bullish. I miss Shake Shack. Sorry about it, D-Mac.
Yeah.
Followed up closely and quickly by a FU flannel in all caps.
to the shock of absolutely no one.
To the shock of absolutely
Love you too, D-Mac.
nobody. Well, since I have to talk and I can't sit here and eat, I'm going to make all of you guys talk.
Let's go.
Because
I'm
it's
already
time for the nickel packages, buddy. Let's do it. You want to run the NFL one first?
Yeah,
NFL draft?
Yeah,
what do you want
to
to
do that?
All right. NFL one.
All right, first question of the NFL nickel package. 4 years, $92 million. How does Calvin Ridley continue to get away with this?
It's crazy.
When are we going to have him brought up on charges and indicted?
It's bad.
I mean, he did have an 1,000-yard season last year, but he did not deserve this. Right, barely, for sure. He did not deserve this kind of money, especially considering he was coming back from a suspension. He had one really great year in Atlanta. He's just, to me, he's maybe one of the 20 best receivers, maybe, but $23 million a year is just that's a
big
steep
number.
price.
I never got it with Calvin Ridley.
Never?
I never got it.
Even coming out.
He had a nice. He had a nice. But
his Falcons run was good.
He had Julio though, right? Like
Yeah.
that first year, and like Julio was. He wasn't Julio, but he wasn't not Julio
his first
either.
year without Julio, he had a great year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
was it
that's
Matt Ryan?
over.
Yeah, it was Matt Ryan.
I don't get it. I mean, both things can be true. I don't get it, but props to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get that bad.
You don't get what you're worth. You get what you negotiate.
Damn right.
That's,
there it is.
Way too steep for Calvin Ridley, but that's why they're the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Aaron B says Ridley is him. When?
He's had 2,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
He's not a bum. He's just not worth $23 million a year.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's crazy. It is. It's crazy to me. But hey, again. Oh, and this is. You know what? Too. On a side note to that, does anybody else get the impression that the Titans are like building around Will Levis a little bit?
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Hey, he had one of the best NFL debuts ever. That's actual facts. He did, but it was shaky the rest of the way.
Yeah, Mr. Mayo Coffee himself.
Didn't they just spend like a $70 million on a guard too, or something like that? Like there's some offensive linemen of theirs too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is what. Okay.
They're gonna finish last in that division.
Yeah.
Hope it works out for you. Let me know how that works out for you, Titans. Will Levis, huh?
DNC ENT said it's David Mufaletta, bro, the GOAT agent. His name's not Mufaletta, but it looks like it, so that's what I call it. But yeah, the deals. DNC broke down a couple of the deals that he's gotten, and that man's a bag man.
You sure it's not David Italian Sandwich?
Yeah.
David Mufaletta. All right, next question of the NFL nickel package. The Chargers got rid of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams to get cap compliant, but I was told the cap isn't real.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
Yeah, and they got rid of Austin Eckler and Gerald Everett. Yeah, I will say this. If Justin Herbert can carry this offense into the playoffs, I don't want to hear any slander ever again because he just pretty much lost everybody.
Joshua Palmer is the only one left.
He's aight, but as your number one,
it's the only one left.
It's sad because even when they were there the last couple of years, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen had injury concerns, especially Mike Williams last year. He missed 14 games. So Chargers, I mean, maybe Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert can perform a miracle. Let's see.
Maybe they're trading up to get Marvin Harrison Jr.
You would have to think so.
The Buffalo Bills lost 11 free agents too.
Yeah,
but I was told the cap's not real.
Yeah,
it's real.
No, it's not.
I never told. I was never one of the ones who told
you weren't?
That. I was not.
Maybe that was the afternoon show.
It was definitely the afternoon show.
Okay. All right. Keep it pushing.
All right. Next question of the NFL nickel package. Speaking of Keenan Allen, are we not worried about the Bears yet?
I mean,
guys,
you
gotta watch him. I've been saying it the whole time. You gotta watch him.
Now, are we worried or not?
DJ Moore and Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
You know, Neal, I have a problem with your relationship with the Chicago Bears because when it comes to other teams, when it came to even like the Los Angeles Rams last year, it's like, psh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, psh, we'll beat them. The Dallas Cowboys, psh, the Minnesota Vikings,
and I was right,
psh,
and I was
Green
right,
Bay Packers, psh.
and I was right.
But the Chicago Bears, it's like, shiver me timbers, shiver me timbers. Scared, not stoked for the Chicago Bears, and I get it. I get it. Some of the moves that Ryan Poles made, like getting Montez Sweat, like getting T.J. Edwards, DJ Moore, Jalen Johnson turned into a superstar. Those are all well and good. I just we'll see what they do at the quarterback position. We'll see if it's Justin Fields or if it's Caleb Williams, but they're certainly building a good roster. We'll just see how they draft this year too, seeing as how loaded they are with that.
They're adding, man.
They are. And some of those signings that people were like, I don't know about that, actually worked.
Yeah, and they still got money to go.
They do.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been saying it, man. But Keenan Allen, I mean, he's always injured, so we'll see how much of an impact that is.
He wasn't injured when he played the Lions last year.
Nah, he wasn't. I wish he was, because that was ridiculous.
He missed some games, but on a per-game basis, that was the best year of his life last year. And he had like 1,200 yards in 13 games. He was a superstar last year.
Okay, I mean, I can tell that people are starting to get worried about it. Like, you can tell me that you're getting worried about it without telling me you're getting worried about it, because it's like the map on Fortnite. It just keeps shrinking around them.
That circle keeps getting smaller.
It keeps getting smaller and smaller, and now they're down to just, what are they going to do at quarterback? That's all they have to say now. What are they going to do at quarterback?
They're going to draft Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and he's going to be I told y'all.
Pretty good option.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Caleb Williams is insulated. I told you, man.
If there's another concern about the Bears, it's probably offensive line. But
yeah, of course.
I mean, Tevin Jenkins and Braxton Jones are low-key pretty good for guys that they drafted. And Darnell Wright, he didn't have like a Rashawn Slater or a Penei Sewell rookie year, but maybe he can have like an Andrew Thomas jump or something
and guess what? They have the number 9 pick as well, so they can get one of the best offensive linemen in this draft.
JPJ.
Well, they'll probably go for it.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right,
next question. Has your view on running backs changed? Has the view on running backs changed?
In regards to what is getting worse or better?
No, like you saw on surface, they got some bags, right?
Yeah, but
it was only on surface.
Exactly.
It wasn't for real.
Those teams after 2 years would be trying to get from up under those contracts. So
yeah, and like I forget which one. The Jacobs deal, the Josh Jacobs deal, was it like reported for 48?
It was like one with like 3 1-year options or something like that.
Like it's essentially a 1-year, $12 million deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, no, it's still the same.
Mm-hmm.
It is still the same, and here's why. Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, Devon Achane, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Rashad White, Brian Robinson Jr., Damian Pierce, Tyler Algier, Jerome Ford, Kyron Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, and Khalil Herbert. Those are all guys who have been either ranging from productive to great running backs who are going to be playing under a rookie contract next year. I think at this point, and I hate to borrow catchphrases or anything like that, so I'm not going to do that. I don't think paying a running back, like I think what the Green Bay Packers did with Josh Jacobs wasn't smart. Me personally, I think you just continue to build through the draft with them. Just, I mean, look at the names that I just read off who are gonna be making peanuts, some of the best in the league, and guys who are very, very productive. So yes, running backs are devalued as by the numbers they probably should be. As much as I hate to say it, it's true.
No, it is. It's not going to change anytime soon. Like I think that's safe to say that it's not really going to change anytime soon. But old Derrick Henry got like $8 million guaranteed or something like that, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I actually don't mind that deal. Being on the Baltimore Ravens, he's kind of that maybe that missing piece to maybe they'll utilize the running game more than the Baltimore Ravens did in the AFC Championship game last year. You have no choice when you got big Derrick Henry back there.
No doubt. Next down,
final down of the NFL nickel package. NFL free agency dominated everything in the sports world. Did we notice it more here because the Lions are actually good?
I think so.
Yeah.
I never. Do you guys ever remember a time being this locked into free? I never do. And it's not something that just changed in 12 months.
Yeah. Absolutely not. I would bet that if we went back to some of like Woodward sports of years past, that there weren't as many updates and graphics and this person's available. Here's the reality. A lot of teams are making upgrades. A lot of teams, even in the NFC North, are making perceived upgrades. But so are the Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions, if you want to say they're one player away from a Super Bowl, you are 100% justified. And I think a lot of Lions fans are like, when are we going to get that player? When are we going to get that player? They might have gotten their wish in DJ Reader. But we've all been locked in. It's like crack.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is like blue magic though now.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like we were all on like the house crack, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we were all on that before.
That pure cocaine came in.
You know, we were all on that. It was a good party drug.
It was.
You know, we would show up for our fantasy football parties and snort a couple lines and stuff like that. But now, we're strung out now.
Yeah.
So if you guys watch Breaking Bad, you'll understand this this reference. Though, so this year it's the Walter White blue stuff, and the previous years were the Jesse Pinkman of before Walter White's chili pea stuff.
That's right.
Your ridiculous chili pea.
And now we're strung out, bro.
Yeah.
Like we can't
Under
get
an
enough.
overpass. Like
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable, man. the total domination of the news cycle as well. It is incredible what the NFL, the behemoth that it
all year round.
Never forget, they're getting you guys to pay for streaming now. Never forget that.
Yeah.
Does anybody on our social team, have they slept? Have they had a good night's sleep in the past week or so? Probably not. Shout out to the social team at Woodward Sports.
Absolutely. So, a nap god house crack is hilarious. Yeah, just regular, regular old house crack we were on.
Yeah.
Just social drug.
Just leave it on the dresser.
Now we need it. Now we have a stash in the console of the car, under the floor mat, just in case it gets apprehended or whatnot.
You calling your homeboys? You got some more?
Yeah. You got any more of that free agency?
Right.
I
sign who?
Tell them about Premier Pet Supply, Spenny.
Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the convenience of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're locally and family owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. And same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party, it's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking, and the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward
Shout out
Sports
Shake
Network.
Shack.
Shout out Shake Shack. That's
Yeah,
right,
man.
new partner here for Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Sam Flannel, KG. Sam Flannel in for DMAC, of course, and Spenny Raxter. He's here holding it down.
This girl I was seeing for a while, she likes Shake Shack a lot.
Tiny Tina?
No, not Tiny Tina. And they got this like avocado bacon burger at Shake. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
That chicken sandwich is
That's
built
it's fire.
That is delicious.
So
and you can
good.
get a free one with $10 or more purchase. Code word Woodward.
There you go. Absolutely. All right, so, we've been talking about how we're addicted to free agency.
Yeah.
It made us leave our old addiction. Mm-hmm. But we're going to be back.
The draft.
NFL draft nickel package spend, Mo.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. First question of the NFL draft nickel package. Over under 4.5 quarterbacks drafted in round one.
I blind fire overs as far as quarterbacks go in draft projections and stuff like that. Because we've been talking about Blue Magic.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks in the draft are the great hopium of the National Football League, because you have to have one to win. You have to. And you'll either get one or you'll throw your family and career away trying to get one.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you want one so bad, next thing you know, you're in an abandoned car out in front of a burnt-out house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just with the hopium needle in your arm.
Yep, it's over. There's going to be 4 guaranteed, and then I think maybe Michael Penix, Bo Nix, or both of them will go in the first round. You want that fifth-year option.
Yeah.
And with teams that are so desperate for a quarterback, especially after watching Michael Penix actually have a pretty good combine, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, or both will go in the first round, in addition to the guaranteed 4, which will probably go in the top 10. Easy over.
All right, next question.
Hold on. Nick Williams says, I'm not going to lie, I can't stand listening to you guys eat into the mic. Well, then, Nick, download the Shake Shack app and get food, too, and you can sit there and chew on it when we do.
Yeah.
Hey.
Get a free Chicken Shack sandwich with the promo code Woodward, Nick. Problem solved. All right, second down.
Second question of the nickel package. Does Keon Coleman crack the first round?
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't think so because I think that the offensive lineman is the new receiver. Like, we're getting to the space where, like, a guard center is, like, moving up inside the top 20. Things have changed, and things are continually changing the NFL draft. Receiver used to be that sexy toy, right?
Yeah.
And everybody would be taking them. Now I think the quarterbacks and the offensive linemen, along with the edge rushers, those are your things, man. Where, again, if you're talking about and that center that everybody loves, he's from what? Where's he from? Duke? Oregon. Yeah. So pretty much the same thing academically, right? No. But anyway, I think you're seeing a shift in the NFL draft as well. We talked about how people go away from running backs. I think people are going to start. I mean, you have your blue chip stocks, obviously. Your Marvin Harrisons, your Ferraris are going to go early.
Yeah.
But offensive line, man, that's where it's at now.
Well, and in conjunction with that, I think there are a few too many question marks about Keon Coleman to take him in the first round. There's concerns about his speed. There's concerns about his ability to separate. And there's concerns about his the fact that his numbers didn't improve at FSU versus the season before against Michigan State. I understand that Jordan Travis got hurt, but Jordan Travis was healthy for 10 games. Keon Coleman is also, according to PFF's big board, is number 54. I think he'll go in the second round. I think he can be a good NFL player, but I think in terms of wide receiver prospects, there's a few more even past like the blue chip ones that I like better. He'll be a second rounder.
I'm a little bit more bullish on him than you are.
Fair.
Like I think just given his size, like he has the ability to be like a DeAndre Hopkins type dude.
He's huge.
Like a throw it up. I mean, we saw it, right? For that first quarter in the Michigan State-Michigan game, they couldn't deal with him.
Nope.
They couldn't deal with him at all until they just sold out.
Yep.
To put two guys on him constantly.
Which was smart.
Which absolutely was smart because that's all they were packing.
Yeah.
And I'm a little more bullish than most, but at the same time, I think you're right. He's probably going to be a second round guy.
Yeah.
I will say this though, like I do wonder, and this will tie into my answer on the next question. I do wonder, like the Malik Neighbor stuff and stuff like that. I think Keon Coleman, when it's all said and done, will be a top 3.5 receiver that goes in this draft. I do believe that. I do.
Best part is we can see how it all plays out. I think you're wrong, but Keon Coleman certainly has some upside.
All right, fair.
Next question of the NFL draft nickel package. Does Brad Holmes trade out of round 1?
I can see it.
100%.
I can see it.
And you're starting to see these more and more as well. I don't know if you guys caught the Texans-Minnesota Vikings act today.
Yeah.
Where essentially the Vikings moved picks up, and gave up a second rounder to the Houston Texans. Like the Texans basically conceded, about 40 spots, 30 spots in the draft?
Yeah.
And they were compensated a second round pick to do that.
Sure.
If Brad Holmes gets that offer, I demand you take that offer. You know what I'm saying? I demand that.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's much more in play than fans here want to admit, because you're going to go down there Thursday night.
Yeah.
Just anticipating and waiting for something that might not come.
Yeah.
And you know what? If he does it, okay, cook, bro, cook.
And free agency kind of told the story, because he did what he said he was going to do. Free agency was for needs. And he filled a lot of needs in this free agency period, which is leaning towards they are either taking an edge in the first round or maybe a offensive lineman. But if they don't see anything they like, I can definitely see them trading back.
Yeah, I could see them maybe trading back to the second round and having a couple second round picks and maybe getting like a wide receiver and a guard. like a Cooper Beebe and like a Xavier Legette kind of duo. Who says no on that, right?
But, I'd definitely take that.
And you're right, KG. With the moves that were made in free agency, I don't know if there is as much of an urgency to get a guy like, say, Jershawn Newton or even Chop Robinson, although I would love it. You could look at Marcus Davenport and say maybe 2021 upside. What about James Houston? So, yes, there's absolutely a possibility that he will do it. More likely so, given what I saw in free agency.
How crushed would Lions fans be, though, for real?
They would be hurt, but you get over
real.
it.
Ryan would have to quit.
That's right.
He did say that.
That was wild. Why even put that out in the air?
Yeah, this.
No, you know how those Michigan fans are, though, Spenny. They never pay up on their bets.
That's true.
That is true. All right, next down.
Next question. Who is your steal of the draft? Call your shot.
This isn't... He's going to be the best player, and he's not going to go number one. So, therefore, he becomes the steal of the draft to me. And depending on where you shop, I've seen him go 2, I've seen him go 4, I've seen him go 5. It's not a secret. You guys know. I was the pseudo Heisman voter for Woodward Sports all year long. Jaden Daniels is special, man. He is special. The ability to run with the ability to throw. He's a hybrid, man, that we haven't seen a mix like this that's quite that balanced in a minute. It's been a minute. I think Jaden Daniels is the best player in this draft. And if I was the Bears and I wanted a quarterback, that's the direction I would go. Now, I understand they're not going to. I get it. I get how life works. But I think Jaden Daniels, when it's all said and done, will be the dude out of this draft.
And that's fair to call that a steal, because if I'm looking at an example of, I think it's the 2018 draft when Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were drafted ahead of Josh Allen. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but Jaden Daniels, he's probably going to be the third quarterback taken unless Drake May falls. So I'll give you that. I think that's a fair answer. I'm going to go with one of my favorite guys in the draft, period. And you mentioned something about Keon Coleman that I'm going to use when it comes to Xavier Legette from South Carolina. To me, he has a chance to be that top 3.5 wide receiver from this draft.
Who'd you say, Jalen Hyatt?
Xavier Legette.
Oh, sorry.
Hey. Xavier Legette's a better prospect than Jalen Hyatt. Xavier Legette's bigger. I think he might even be faster. He's got that DK type build. I think the only concern about him is he's a bit of a one-year wonder, but runs good routes. Is like a DK type. Was great on South Carolina, who had nobody to help him, and look at all the other top wide receivers had like plenty of help. Give me Xavier Legette. Bring him home.
I'm in agreement with that.
Rotor asked, Neal, do you think he's in play for the Commanders at 2? If they were a smart organization, he would be, so probably not.
I think they're taking him at 2.
What's that?
I think they're taking him at 2.
You think so? I have heard the rumbling, like the JJ up is the Drake May down right now.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of the buzz from the people that I've listened to. All right, last one.
My steal of the draft is probably Cooper Bebe. Honestly, I think he can be, if not the best.
Who'd you say, Cooper DeJean?
Cooper Bebe. If not the best, the second best interior offensive lineman in this draft class. And I think he's going to go in the second or third round. So I think he's going to be a steal. And another guy to look out for is Renardo Green out of Florida State. He's a cornerback.
Yeah.
I like his game a lot. I think he could be really good. And Florida State always turns out good defensive back.
Where are they projecting him? Second
or third round, same thing.
Yeah. Watch out for Talise Fagua as well. I think I pronounced his name right. Talise Fagua?
Is that Oregon State?
Yeah.
Okay, the tackle.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe the Bears.
Oh, real quick, Spenny. Did you see on social media yesterday, DJ Reader played baseball at Clemson too?
Yeah, he was a pitcher.
Threw 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
All right, fifth down.
Fifth down, final question of the NFL Draft Nickel Package. Over under 2.5 Michigan players in the first round.
Go ahead, Flannel.
I am going to go under.
Hold
on.
I was too. I just wanted you to say it first. Yeah.
Of course you were.
I think it's going to be 2. J.J. McCarthy is the sure thing. And you know who else I think creeps into the first round?
Chris Jenkins?
I was not going to say Chris
Mikey
Jenkins.
Sanderson?
I think it's Roman Wilson.
Oh.
I think it's because in the modern archetype of the NFL, you're not afraid to take somebody who primarily played in the slot. They might want to recreate like an Amon-Ra St. Brown or a Cooper Kupp or like even a Christian Kirk. And did you know that CeeDee Lamb actually plays the majority of his snaps in the slot, or at least he did last year? I'm not saying that he's CeeDee Lamb. I'm just saying that he's got the speed. He runs good routes. I don't think there's any concern about drafting a slot receiver later on in the draft. And oh, by the way, don't let Patrick Mahomes get a hold of him. I'll just say that. I think with Sandra still, He's got some concerns when it comes to his coverage ability and that he's more of a slot corner. And with Chris Jenkins, I just think he's of better value of being in like the 30s or 40s. He's not Byron Murphy. He's not Jershawn Newton. He was kind of played more like a space eater last year on an elite defensive line. So give me 2, but in the next couple of rounds, it's going to be all full of Wolverines because I didn't even mention Junior Colson, Blake Corum, and Zach Zinter. But 2 in the first round, under.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, AJ Blair. JJ is going 3rd. So there's that out there. Dad with Tourette's, the corner, and JJ. Cornelius T. over. So there you go. Michigan fans have spoken.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we'll see. I like that, though. That was fun. DNC ENT, he's got good stats usually. Aaron Donald and Barry Sanders are the only players in NFL history to play at least 10 seasons and get selected to the Pro Bowl in each season. Like Donald, Sanders play exactly 10 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit,
10-time Pro Bowler, 8-time first-team All-Pro.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Greatest defensive player I've ever seen play.
Yeah.
Yep, and a dominant Super Bowl performance to put the cherry on top. I think he's the GOAT in terms of defensive players.
I do too.
I know people will argue Lawrence Taylor, like Maz will pound the table for Lawrence Taylor, and I can't even be mad at that.
Maz thinks Babe Ruth is good at baseball.
Well, he is good at baseball.
No, he's not. Babe Ruth's a bum.
There's a thing called era-adjusted, Spenny.
Yeah, there's a thing called you put him anywhere in a game with black people or Latinos, and he's striking out 100 times. Babe Ruth's a bum.
And a drunk.
A drunk, yeah. No guy who's slamming beers and eating hot dogs in between innings is good at baseball.
At least he's a nice drunk, though.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Ty Cobb just kidnaps black children.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Look it up.
Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live from the Planet Fitness studios. You guys know what it is. They're the best gym in the gym game today. I'll never be a member at another gym because I love Planet Fitness. Over 2,500 of them nationwide. I'm flying down to Florida tonight. Guess where I'm working out tomorrow? Planet Fitness Coconut Creek, everybody, because there's always a Planet Fitness close by. And it's not a problem because I'm a Black Card member. If I want to use the tanning beds, which I won't because I'll be somewhere warm, but the hydro massage, if I want to bring a guest, I can do all those things because you get access to it all with the Black Card. $1 down, $24.99 a month. And there's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. As I said, the best gym in the gym game. I've accomplished every one of the fitness goals in my life with the help of Planet Fitness. And guess what? You can too. Go to planetfitness.com, join there, pull in the parking lot. You can join there. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
What's better than crispy chicken and pizza while watching your favorite team play? Let me tell you about Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Their food is amazing and their locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. A perfect takeout option featuring hand-breaded fried chicken, New York pizza, fresh salads, sides, and more. Check out their full menu and find the closest Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. That's SAROKIS.com. Soroki's and Woodward Sports, that's crispy.
Coming down the stretch, Big D Energy, Woodward
Babe Ruth
Sports
sucks. And Ty Cobb's a racist.
Very much so.
Well,
I don't even know if he's still alive. Hopefully not. Rest in peace, Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb's
been dead, right?
You never know. Those racists seem to live forever.
That's true.
Why is that?
That is true.
It's all the hate. It keeps them alive.
They burn it for fuel.
Yeah.
Right.
Ty Cobb was born in the 1800s. Of course he's dead.
Right.
You never know, man.
The hate flowing through their veins is like premium gasoline,
It really
man.
is.
The neo-Nazis keeping them alive.
Yeah. The neo-Nazi.
They got him in a tube somewhere.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty good. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. If you've ever seen Lawrence Taylor in person, you would understand. I would direct you to Aaron Donald's social media, X account in particular, and click on that profile picture, and then tell me, hey, if you see that, then you would understand.
Yeah.
And I promise you, no Lawrence Taylor slander. If you want to put him as the GOAT, I'm not even going to argue with you that much. It's just I saw the entire prime of Aaron Donald's career. He was the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, best of this generation for sure.
And I think his numbers even compare fairly favorably to Lawrence Taylor's, even though they play different positions. I'm just saying. I'm an Aaron Donald guy, but if you're a Lawrence Taylor guy, I can't hate you on that. He basically invented the left tackle position. I'll give you that.
That is fair.
Yeah.
All right. One more nickel package. Some sports media stuff caught my eye.
Oh.
Some TV rating stuff. So how about a little quick sports media nickel package? I'm always down for that.
Sports media nickel package. First question. The Big Ten Women's Basketball Championship game peaked at over 4 million viewers. Are you going to watch Caitlin Clark in the women's tournament?
I will. I don't see how you can't. Like, Spanny.
If it's on... Like, I'm not gonna seek it
out.
it
will be.
I'm not gonna seek it out. But if it's on a TV,
you'll be bumping through X, and somebody will talk about it, and you'll turn it on. Don't say you won't. Don't say you won't.
I probably won't.
Yeah. Watch highlights though.
Probably won't.
That's what X is for. Nice
highlight
clips.
I'm kind of in the middle of you two. I will watch because Caitlin Clark is as captivating of a women's basketball player as I've certainly ever seen. If I have plans that night, I'm not going to cancel plans to watch Iowa.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, fair enough. So we're on the same wavelength then.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
If I'm broadcasting a game, I'm not going to put it on my computer screen on the side while I'm calling the game or something like that. It's not that level. It's not like it's a Kentucky Derby. I do that for the Kentucky Derby.
Hey, all right,
but that's for different reasons.
Well, then we're in lockstep. I'm certainly more interested in her games than any other women's college basketball tournament games. For sure.
Broder says, yes, Caitlin Clark is must-see TV without a doubt. DNC McAfee show is going to be live from Iowa next Friday. Wow.
I believe it.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you, KG? You tapping in?
I'll probably just catch highlights.
You'll tune in, and you won't even be honest about it either. Okay, you guys will see. All right, number 2.
Maya Moore had a better college career than Caitlin Clark.
Stop it.
Let me tell you.
I know she didn't score more points.
I mean, but she won championships, which is what it's all about.
At UConn.
Yeah.
So she should have went to UConn.
Look at his stance by
if you don't win a single championship.
Maybe you should go on a podcast with Cheryl Swoops now. Maybe you should do that.
You can't be the GOAT if you don't win a single championship.
You know what? That was an underrated line by you, Sam Flannel.
Is that not true?
That was funny.
Can you call someone the GOAT if they've never won a championship?
If UConn's won 11 of the last 14 of them, or whatever that number is.
Should have went to UConn. Or you should be the GOAT and uplift your team over UConn. Stop it. If you're this holy messiah of women's basketball.
She is at Iowa.
Well, that's her fault. I'm just saying. I'm not calling you the GOAT. She's very, very, very good. No, for sure. But I'm not calling you the GOAT if you don't win at least one championship.
Spinny with the Caitlin.
In college? College different than the pros, man. That's a pro mindset.
Is, but still. She's not. I'm not calling her the GOAT of college basketball, of women's college basketball, if she doesn't win at least one championship.
All right, some people agree with you.
She's amazing. She's the best, most prolific scorer in the history of college basketball, or women's college basketball, for sure. You can't deny that. The numbers are there, but I'm not calling you the GOAT if you don't win at least one championship. All right, next question. Clark has the last 2 games were the second and third most watched Big Ten Network games ever, only behind MSU-Wisconsin men's tournament game in 2022. How can Wisconsin ever be involved in a most watched game?
Spenny, that's aggressive out of you for you to
ask
those kinds of questions.
It's like I wrote
You're a Big Ten guy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you would think that way. That's weird.
Yeah.
Why are you slandering Wisconsin?
It's like these. Oh, I hate Wisconsin. Wisconsin basketball is my most hated basketball.
That's my point about it. That's my point with it. Who's going to subject themselves to ever watching Wisconsin do anything? For real. Who's going to subject themselves? They play the most boring brand of basketball ever. It's not fun. There's nobody elite. Why would you ever watch Wisconsin?
Nobody hates Wisconsin more than me. However, I looked at kind of the team that year in the matchup. It wasn't one of Michigan State's most exciting teams, but Wisconsin did have, and I'm not saying it's like that huge of a deal. They did have Johnny Davis, who was a top 10 pick, who wasn't like one of those like slow plodding, like untalented white guys who just happen to win all the time in that Bo Ryan rat basketball system. Johnny Davis was actually fun to watch in college.
Did I do more NBA games than Johnny Davis this year?
I think he did more.
Did he? He's still playing?
I think he's still playing. He's not good, but he's still playing.
All right.
He was a top 10 pick, though.
Electric, pure,
exciting.
must-see television. Spenny, Johnny Davis or Caitlin Clark? Which one you tuning in for?
Caitlin Clark all day.
Just neither.
No, you got to pick one.
It can't be that hard.
I
Spin.
know.
Come on, Spin.
It is, honestly. Maybe Caitlin Clark. I don't know. Probably Johnny Davis. All right.
Hey,
Next
can
question.
we chat pull that one?
Johnny Davis or Caitlin? It's gonna be
Who's more must-watch? Caitlin Clark or Johnny
Clark.
Davis?
All right. Next
Spell his
question.
name right too.
Next question.
I know it's weird.
It's spelled so stupid. That's also why I hate Wisconsin. Next question. Do announcers make you watch games like Gus Johnson, George Blaha, or Neal Ruhl are calling a game? Are you more likely to watch it?
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome, man.
Thank you.
All right. I guess since you're compromised, I will answer. Usually, it's not the tiebreaker. I know if Michigan has Gus Johnson on the call, just Gus Johnson and Joe Klatt, I'm happy. And
I bet you are.
Hey, but the one exception though, I am much more.
McCarthy.
I've watched more Oakland games since I've become coworkers and friends with you than I ever did. I definitely am sure to drive around in the car when you're doing Pistons radio. You do a great job. So yes, for Neal Ruhl, absolutely. I'll go out of my way to listen to you.
I mean, who am I to disagree with that?
Hey.
That's the will of the people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? How about you, KG?
Yeah, it depends on the broadcast team, though. Like, I'm not a fan of Tony Romo, so I tend to stay away from those type of games. But yeah,
I hate Tony Romo.
Does it make you turn the sound off?
Tony Romo sucks on the call.
He's horrible.
It's so good. He was good at first, but Greg Olson's better than.
Hey, I like
Olson's
Greg.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Where was it? Oh, yeah, DNCNT. And Neal, you did Pistons Wizards. I did. Was Johnny Davis in the building? I think I do. Now that I think about it, I think he played that game. I have to check my notes on it.
He's a wizard.
I do think he played that game, but the Pistons won.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Suck on that.
Sure.
Baby. All right.
All right. Next question. Where was it? Aaron Rodgers for vice president? Question mark.
Man. What is Aaron Rodgers
You
doing?
know what? I'm going to take a moment here
Go ahead.
and pat myself on the back because I started this campaign last year. And you guys, especially you, Sam Flannel, you were like, no, Aaron Rodgers is good. Aaron Rodgers is great. This is all part of it, Sam Flannel. I was right. You were wrong. Because look what this has turned into now. You're talking about this guy running for vice president.
That's crazy.
Get out of here with this stuff. Enough already. And I was calling enough last year. Before he even went to New York, I was calling enough on it. Now we're talking about him being vice president. Look what you created, Sam Flannel. You and your people did this to me.
Master.
Your people.
Can I
Go ahead.
I just want to address the chat real fast because they're asking me who the GOAT running back is of all time. And it is Barry Sanders. And you can call Barry Sanders the GOAT running back like you can call Caitlin Clark the GOAT scorer in women's college basketball history. But if you're calling her the GOAT of women's college basketball, she needs to at least win a championship. Just like nobody calls Barry Sanders the GOAT of football, that's Tom Brady.
Well, the chat probably thinks Bronco Nagurski was the best running back.
No, it's like Barry Sanders is the greatest running back of all time for sure. Caitlin Clark is the greatest scorer in women's college basketball history all time for sure. But she's not the GOAT of college. I'm not calling her the GOAT of women's college basketball if she doesn't win a championship. Just like nobody calls Barry Sanders the GOAT of football.
Mike G. Gus is pro-Michigan. Neal ain't. Mike G., you'll never know how close you were. You'll never know. That would have been spectacular.
Oh, that would have been amazing. We had Order 66. It was ready to go.
We had ops ready to be executed.
We were going to sweep every single Neal Ruhl Michigan rant out of Woodward.
Mike G., what would you have done? What would you have done? Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Big House. 187,000 million bafillion people here this afternoon to watch the greatest college football team in all the land, your Michigan Wolverines, square up with Hawaii.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you would have been a lot better than Doug Karsh.
I was just about to say
I'm not in that. All right, next down. Next down.
Yeah.
I was just saying, Doug Karsh is not great. Let me tell. All right, next down. NASCAR, less sports TV ratings than Sunday, so people still do watch this stuff, huh?
Because I thought we went through this already, that people were done with NASCAR.
Nah.
And then I look at the weekly ratings, and they're like a dominant number one last Sunday. I thought people watch golf.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I've been watching some fucking Dale videos on YouTube. It's getting me juiced, man. Hey. This guy, Dale, I saw somebody comment that said Dale's not dead. He's just a lap ahead. Bro, raise hell, praise Dale, man. I was watching, like, F1. They were making fun of F1 because F1 has, like, the track boundary to where you can't pass somebody on the grass. And then it was like Dale just going around, going on the grass and going around. Dale had me juiced on. The most juiced I've ever been about NASCAR was watching Dale highlights at 1 a.m. last night.
I'll also watch some Dale highlights, for real. I think it'd be kind of fun.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Oh, was it? Okay. Real quick before we cut to the break, Wyatt Bear wants me to say it in my voice. Coming up next to the stage, it's your favorite running back. It's Blake Coro. All right.
Hey, GOAT Michigan running back.
No, absolutely. GOAT haircuts.
GOAT haircuts. You can get those at Lady Jane's, of course. And you can walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and enter for your chance to win the $50K Perfect Bracket Challenge. Lady Jane's haircuts for men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party, it's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking, and the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. Woodward Sports has a new morning show. That's right, Wake Up Woodward. You know the players in the game. Flannel Sam, Kool-Aid, Broder, KG's in the house as well. You can be in the house 8 to 10 a.m. every morning right here on the Woodward Sports Network. It's Wake Up Woodward. All right, everybody. Final segment of the show. Going to be a quick one, by the way. Flannel, what you got shaking for the weekend, man? The people want to know.
What do I got shaking for the weekend? I'm doing because my wife's birthday is actually 2 days before yours. So it's a big birthday. It's a big birthday mash with everybody. And my mom's is the same day as my wife. But no, this weekend is the celebration with my wife and my in-laws. So should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
KG, what you got popping?
I think the Woo crew is still going to the Pistons game Sunday. So, yeah, we'll be in the house. They're honoring the 04 Pistons. So, if y'all down there, come say what's up to us, man. We're going to try and get some content, and hopefully they get a win. So,
keep it one of the hottest teams in the NBA.
I'm trying to tell you.
Split with the Heat, Pistons. Split with the Heat.
That'd be nice.
They're still one of the hottest teams in the NBA.
3 out of 4.
That's right.
4-2 homestand.
I know what Spenny's got going on.
Oh, yeah, I got a big weekend. Big weekend plans. Saturday. Today I'm not going to do anything because I'm prepping for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I'm going down to PJ's Lager House. My boy is having a show, Animal Box. They just dropped their single on Apple Music and Spotify and everything, so give that a listen. They're having a show down there, and then I have a Smash Bros. Tournament at Coonan after that. So I'm going to go to Coonan and do that.
Okay.
And then Sunday, I'm St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to go downtown, start at my boy's apartment, and then I think we're starting at PJ's Logger's house, actually, as our first trip of the day. But we're going to be out on the town all day Sunday.
Nice. As I talked about earlier, I'll be going down to Florida, the USL studios, Detroit City FC, Colorado Springs Switchback. They start the season Saturday night, 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Live from Colorado. I'll be in the studio down in Florida broadcasting the game. CBS family of networks, the most accessible sports team in America, all over network TV. So it's on there for you. WKBD, TV 50, and WWJ, of course, Channel 62 in Detroit all season long. WKBD tomorrow, so tap in, TV 50, and we'll be there. Also, ESPN Plus, North Carolina FC, Loudoun United FC at 4 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be doing that match, too.
Right.
Okay.
We're standing on business
That is
tomorrow.
Damn right.
What a gauntlet of a weekend for you, Neal Ruhl.
Well, you got to get through the work week so you can get to work.
Yeah.
Not 64 Smash Bros. It's going to be Smash Ultimate.
Yeah. You good on the sticks?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that was quick with it right there. Did you see that?
I'm a dog at
Who's
Smash.
your
I suck
favorite
at Tekken,
character?
So I just run the brackets for the Tekken tournaments because I suck at Tekken, but I'm a dog at Smash Bros.
Who's your favorite character?
Samus.
Oh,
is my
yeah,
main.
gotta go Samus.
Yeah.
I like
main
that.
Samus. I also main Diddy Kong, Wario, and Bowser Jr.
Oh, look at that. It's 1 o'clock, everybody. It's time to go. Spenny,
Hey.
have fun Sunday.
Thank you. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Let loose downtown for
Hey,
Flannel.
if you guys
for
are out
Cajun.
on the town in Detroit on Sunday.
And you're still conscious?
Yeah, you might find me walking around. We're going to be hitting a lot of different bars.
Hey.
Spenny
Might run
Bar
into
on
you.
St. Patrick's Day. What could go wrong,
Oh, yeah.
everybody? For Sam Flannel, KG, and Spencer Rasher, I'm Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. See you on Monday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.